Welcome back to Morning Coffee here on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook, and listen, I've got a very important man on the line. His name is Dr. Alexander Strauss, and he is from the Department of Psychiatry at Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School. So, Doctor, I'm just going to say good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee right off the bat here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me this morning.
You're quite welcome, and I wanted to bring you on. First things first, I want everybody to know Dr. Strauss's website. It is alexstraussmd.com. So you see his name right down there on the screen, right? It's alexstraussmd.com. Make sure you go to his website and check him out. But you are one of the top psychiatrists in New Jersey, if not the country, and we wanted to just talk to you a few minutes about what kind of the landscape of mental health and how it's affecting people on a day-to-day basis. Because, Doctor, I'm hearing a lot of stories about stress. I'm hearing about how stress is really affecting people's health in a bigger way than I guess they ever thought of it before. And not only is it affecting them physically, it's affecting their mental health. So can we talk a little bit about this trend and why you guys are paying so much attention to the stress levels of your clients?
Yeah, no, I think you bring up a really good point. I think we're learning more and more that people are struggling with stress, and that, there's a lot of people who end up developing mental illness as a result, or other physical health complications such as heart attacks and strokes. Sleep problems are extremely common, and all of these things can lead to serious impairments and problems. And a lot of people either don't recognize that they're under stress, or they recognize it and don't know that there's anything that they can do about it.
When a person comes in and they feel, I think that most people probably come with the urging of a family member or a friend, and a lot of times they're very apprehensive. Is there kind of an evaluation process to realize, like, look, this person, you're stressed out and we can handle that? Like, we can approach that in a way where somebody may have thought that they had more serious problems, but really it's just the way they manage their day-to-day lives that's kind of affecting their mental health.
Yeah, I think it's really amazing. A lot of people are able to give advice to friends or colleagues or other things along those lines, but when you're in the situation yourself, sometimes you lose perspective. And I think professionals oftentimes have the ability to sit, listen, understand, and then kind of give feedback and allow people to realize that the things that they felt were so big and so difficult to overcome, actually some of the basic simple solutions can help to solve these problems.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like our human nature. We make such a big deal out of things, but if we just took a step back and looked at it, like, wow, it's really not that big of a deal, folks. Like, it's kind of about managing a little bit of the expectations, as well as, being a healthy, productive person, not just physically, because that helps your mental health. If you're active physically, that can definitely help your mind. Do you encourage that type of therapy when you're dealing with some of your clients? Is it like kind of a total, like a 360-degree type approach?
Well, I think that you bring up a really good point, both with regard to expectations and with regard to physical health. I'm a big proponent of what's called cognitive behavioral therapy, and in that therapy, we look at the cognitive part, which is the way in which you think about the world or perceive it, or the expectations that you set up for yourself for what's going to go on. And then we also look at the behaviors, and obviously that can include things like exercise and sleep and diet, which are integrally important in feeling better and getting back on track.
Well, you hit something there that I know that a lot of the experts are talking about, and that's sleep. And that people don't sleep enough, and that is a big part of the reason why they're lagging through the day. And I don't just mean that they're tired through the day. They're not mentally sharp during the day because they're tired.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that sleep is one of the things that's really not looked at enough and not focused on enough. I think that anybody who doesn't get enough sleep is going to struggle with stress irritability, not feeling well, feeling sluggish, feeling tired. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And if you're able to get people to learn how to sleep again, or how to sleep for the first time in a healthy, good manner,
right,
it's amazing what changes can occur.
Yeah, it's important. So really, for people out there, if you're looking for just one simple thing to change, it might be your sleep habits. And I don't mean to downplay it by saying it's simple, because it is very difficult for a lot of people, but that could be a good place to start for you. I want to give you two websites right now, okay? The websites are alexstraussmd.com, where you can get all the information about Dr. Strauss personally. And now I want to give you a different website. It's centrapc.com, and that's where you're going to be able to find the practice that Dr. Strauss works at. And he practices over in Marlton, right here in Marlton. The office is over in Sagemore, right? Is that correct, Doctor?
Yeah, right. Kitty corner to the promenade, Panera Bread, right over there.
Yeah. So look, it's easy enough to get over there, folks. If you just have any questions or you want to just go in and talk to Dr. Strauss for a few minutes, go to centrapc.com. You're on the internet. Open up another tab. Check out Dr. Strauss's personal site, which is alexstraussmd.com. And then open another tab and go to centrapc.com and schedule your appointment. And you can see all the services that you guys offer over there. You guys do family, you do couples, you do individuals, you do so many different approaches and levels of therapy that I urge people that are even thinking about it. And look, there's no stigma on it anymore, folks. It's not weird. You're not awkward. There's none of that anymore. It's just about being the best person that you can be. And if you feel like Dr. Strauss can help you do that, then I urge you to go to one of those two websites, alexstraussmd.com or centrapc.com. Dr. Strauss, that was a mouthful, I know, but here's what I want to do. I want to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, I just want to talk a little bit more about kind of the ins and outs of psychiatry right now, the trends. I know you're at a pediatric conference right now, so I'd like to maybe hear a couple things about what they're saying this week and all that. So let's take a quick break. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, cool. So let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more with Dr. Alexander Strauss. Stay right there. We'll be right back on the Radio Vision Network.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee here on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook, and this is a hot topic because, look, I have Dr. Alexander Strauss on the line, and he is one of the top psychiatrists. I've been saying in New Jersey, but really, he's one of the top docs in the country, all right, because he's right now he's in New York. He's traveling. You're at a pediatric psychiatric conference, and that's just really interesting to me. So I just wanted to know a little bit about kind of what's been going on this week and what's hot in the world of pediatric psychiatry.
Yeah, no, thanks for asking. I've been out here for a couple of days. I'm presenting later this week on the implications of head injury and concussion on kids and their mental health, which is something that I really enjoy working with and get a lot of satisfaction out of getting people back to how they were doing before they hit their head. But this week we're learning a lot of things that I had not heard about before, and some myths are being debunked. And some of the more interesting stuff is that we're seeing mental illness start at different age points with different things that we never thought happened. We're seeing some kids, even as young as preschoolers, demonstrating consistent symptoms that really can be addressed at a very young age and helped to not get into worse mental health habits and mental health problems. And then they're also telling us that some of the diseases and concerns and implications that we used to thought only happened in kids might also happen in adulthood or young adulthood. And they're just starting to look at what those implications may be and how we can best help those people.
Yeah, I mean, that's really exciting because if you're able to identify symptoms at a much earlier age, the impact that your entire community can have is so much bigger. I mean, that is just fantastic. That has to be kind of one of the exciting pieces of what you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the more and more we do this, the more and more we learn that if we can address these things early, if we can develop relationships and work with the parents on different approaches to help their children, you can make a really big change for the long term and just the happiness and productivity of their children as they enter into every stage of their lives.
Yeah, it's so important. And look, the concussion thing is a popular topic right now, and and people are probably, some of the more angry, negative people out there are like, oh, concussions. Well, concussions are really, really important to talk about and to understand. So here's the deal, folks. If your kid had a concussion and he's just off, he or she just doesn't feel right, go to CentraPC.com. That's Centra, CentraPC.com, and make an appointment to talk to Dr. Strauss. It's so low pressure, it's low risk. Just go and talk to him and make sure that your kid is on the right path to a healthy brain recovery. Because look, when you get a concussion, there are changes that occur, and you need to fix those things that happen. It only makes sense that we take care of our being mentally as well as physically. And I know that that's what you're all about, Doctor.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that there are a lot of resources out there, but the first thing is really identifying that there's something wrong so that, the people who are expert in this can help out. And the sooner that people seek and receive treatment, the better off things are, and the easier it is to fix what's going on.
Yeah, well, I think that one of the biggest things in psychiatry and psychology is that people try to go to Dr. Google. And Dr. Google isn't going to give you the answers that you need. You need to go to a professional like Dr. Strauss. And look, if you need his credentials, he works for the Department of Psychiatry at the Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School. Okay, this is one of the top schools in New Jersey, as well as practicing right here in Marlton. So again, I'm going to give you a couple websites. The first one is AlexStraussMD.com, and the second one is CentraPC.com. those two sites are going to get you all the information on Dr. Strauss, as well as the practice, which is Centra, and all of the different services that they provide. And I think that it's important for people to feel comfortable when they want to kind of get into this topic, because I think there is a little bit of humility and humbleness that comes along with it, because look, people are prideful. They've got a lot of ego. They got a lot of pride, and they may feel like, I don't want to necessarily admit something is wrong. How do we make those people more comfortable, Doc?
Well, I always recommend starting off kind of as you're talking about. Get on to the website, read about the doctor or the therapist that you're going to see. Take a look at the picture of them. See if you feel like it would be, something comfortable, a good feeling that you're going to get. Because the relationship is really important, especially in the mental health field. I think with all your doctors, you definitely feel better and more comfortable when you like them and feel like they're doing the right thing for you and caring about you. But in mental health, it's even more important. And so you want to find somebody who has the right fit. You want to call up, you want to interview people on the phone and make sure that they sound like somebody who you're going to really feel comfortable and want to work with. And then, the biggest thing that I hear is, there's a lot of anxiety and nervousness in kind of that first appointment. But, it's just like going to any other provider. And most of the time, by the end of the session, everyone, says, wow, this was not anything like what I expected. You're like a normal person who's trying to help me out. And there's nothing like you see in the movies or the TV where it's all,
And that's kind of the thing. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is that it's 2016, and there's not that stigma on it the way that there was before. But, I bet you hear all the time people say, well, that was, kind of easy and not what I expected. But I'm sure you hear just as often as, I should have done this sooner. I should have called you so much earlier and so much sooner than I did. I imagine you hear that 10 times a day.
Yeah, unfortunately, right? Like,
yeah.
You hear this that, well, I've been thinking about calling, or I called you a year ago, but I didn't leave you a message, and now I'm calling a year later as things have gotten worse and more, hopeless. And, it's really unfortunate because the help is there. And, if you reach out now, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah. And look, Dr. Strauss is one of the top docs, but there are a lot of really good docs over at Centra. So I urge you guys to just check out centrapc.com and learn about the practice, make an appointment, learn about the doctors, learn about the treatments and all that stuff, all the stuff. The website is fantastic. I checked it out. All of the information is there. And then you can also check out Dr. Strauss personally. I think that when I have you back on, and I'm going to have you back on in person, Doctor, now that I know that you're right around the corner, we'll have to set up a live in-person interview where I get to know you a little bit more. But I can do that by going to your website, which is alexstraussmd.com. Anything you'd like to add this morning? I know you got to get ready to go to that conference, so I just wanted to give you a few seconds or a few minutes if you had anything else you'd like to add.
Well, I just really, appreciate you bringing me on and addressing mental health, because I feel like, this is really where things are going. We recognize that, upwards of 20% of people have some sort of mental health concern, but we also know that over 50% of those people don't ever seek out help.
Right.
And the more that we can let people realize that help is right around the corner. As you said, you're in Mount Laurel, I'm in Marlton. We're so close. There's so many providers that are there to help, and so many ways that people can feel better. Just getting the word out. I really thank you for having me on.
It's our pleasure, Doctor, because look, you bring such great knowledge and such a great approach to this that we want people to understand that, again, it doesn't have the stuff attached to it that it did decades ago. There's no stigmas. It's 2016, folks. Let's move forward with this stuff. Get yourself feeling better. This is the most important message of your day. Feel better any way you can. And if talking to Dr. Strauss or a professional similar to him is going to do that, then don't hesitate and do it. Thank you, doctor, so much for spending a few minutes with me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
You're quite welcome. That's Dr. Alexander Strauss. You can check him out on alexstraussmd.com. And the practice is Centra, and that's right here in Marlton, and you can go to centrapc.com. I got to take a quick break here on Morning Coffee, but don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a full morning lined up for you, so stay right here on the Radio Vision Network.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.